Ahoy, shipmates! No, it's a very long way away and a little bit fuzzy, but I just thought it was worth the excitement of watching the brand new MSC Virtuosa on her maiden arrival into the port of Southampton. Pretty much on time, I think. Bit of a long way away. In fact, she's just off of Ryde on the Isle of Wight. I think it's somewhere in the region of about 15 miles away. Let's check that. 15 miles away. So the atmospherics and the heat hazes are causing poor picture quality. But I thought it was worth us watching her come in. And obviously we'll watch her coming all the way to the port. And I'm hoping there will be a water salute as she comes in past the dockhead. As she comes in past the port cam here, as she comes in past that ship, the Ro-Ro, the red and white one, I'll imagine there'll be a big water salute going all the way down through that part of the port.
Eagle, Southampton VTS. Good afternoon. Eagle, Southampton VTS. Full copies. 2.4 POB. Traffic information. The Lumos. One gap outbound. And could I have your destination, please? Sledge area. Eagle, VTS. That's understood. Thank you.
VTS Auto Pride, that's underway outbound from 25 round to 105.
Auto Pride, VTS, full copies and CD Spartina, dockhead inbound.
Thank you.
I also see that representatives from the...
Spartina, the Auto Pride, good afternoon.
Auto Pride, Spartina, good afternoon.
Hello, yeah, we're just about to creep out the entrance to the Empress. You'll be see us shortly. Are you coming in here?
I will do. I'll just creep over to the greens and wait for you to come out.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I was about to say, you can see the MSC staff all down in Mayflower Park. It looks like they're preparing some snacks and giveaways. Hopefully I'll pop down later while I'm doing some droning. Check in on that.
Right, Kestrel, VTS, full copies and CD, clear channel.
Yes, I'm going to follow the MSC Virtuosa all the way into port. Hopefully, like I say, there'll be the water salute. She comes past dockhead, and I'm going to go and drone that aspect of her journey. And while I'm droning her, I'm going to hand over the controls to a new member of the crew, and that'll be the navigator. Not sure she's confident enough to give you a commentary, but she'll be driving the camera while she'll be out to droning. Or she'll come on back in. We'll pop down and see the CS tent down in Mayflower Park and see if they want any aerial photography. Oh, I've got the chat back. Sorry, I've not been looking at the chat. But oh, ahoy there, Steph P. Yes, very exciting. Here comes Beauty. I certainly can't miss her. That's for sure. Definitely on the large side. Oh, ahoy there, Helen Jones. Oh, ahoy there, Tina Burden. Oh, Tina Burden, I had a good chat with your son. We are going to get together. In fact, I'm anticipating live streaming the Iona as she comes up Southampton water. Going to go out on a little speedboat and chase her up the water while I'm droning and live streaming. I'm just a sucker and glutton for punishment, looking for more ways for things to go wrong. That's always exciting content, isn't it? Oh, ahoy there, Mako Del Conte from Belgium. Oh, ahoy there, Fiona Park. And ahoy there, Newsgirl 100. Oh, and ahoy there, Cole B. You're looking forward to this, especially now my afternoon meeting is cancelled. Well, they're the best meetings, aren't they? I had to pre-book this afternoon off. Some sort of fictional Zoom meeting. But I think we've got great conditions.
JP Progress, Southampton VTS. Good afternoon.
Little bit heat hazy out there. The wind is there is some wind, but it should be good for droning. So I should get a good drone video in. I should later today, and also you get to watch her coming in on the cameras.
Chelsea Slider, Southampton VTS, all copies, standby please.
Boy, there's Shelby Jackson 15 miles away. It's amazing. It is amazing, isn't it? I am flabbergasted at how good the camera is, really, considering. Oh, ahoy there, Naughty Adventures. And ahoy there, Heather Norris. Oh, it was the other Tina, was it? Ah, my mistake. Sorry about that, Tina Burden. Oh, ahoy there, Stuart Leatham. A big one, yes. MSC Virtuosa is a fairly large cruise ship. 331 metres long. Not as long as Queen Mary 2, but a decent size.
Roger, 7 VTS, thank you. The Sea Moss at the Prince Consort outbound is clear channel. The MSC Virtuosa North Right Middle inbound is also clear channel. So Falcon passing SO inbound.
Still got the radio on. I may well turn the radio off because I think we know what's going on, don't we? Sea Virtuosa is on her way. There we go. I've turned the radio off. Yes, the MSC Virtuosa, quite a large passenger ship. Obviously, her maiden voyage was cancelled. Going to be last year, I believe, due to COVID. So her first maiden voyage will be from the port of Southampton, the 20th. Will also be the first maiden voyage from the port of Southampton after lockdown with passengers on, obviously. I'm imagining we'll have quite a celebration in port for that today as well, and that's going to be on May the 20th. Of course, I will be setting up a live stream for that one as well. Although not particularly long, I mean obviously quite long. Capacity for passengers, hence. I see the maximum double capacity on board is 6,300. And a total crew of 1,704. I don't suspect there'll be 1,704 crew on today, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a decent number. They certainly will be by the time she leaves. 20th, there'll be a full complement of crew and passengers. Oh, ahoy there, Bob K from Pennsylvania. I've noticed I have quite a few viewers from Pennsylvania. Oh, ahoy there, David Artist. Oh, no, it's not Mrs. Ships. Mrs. Ships is not the navigator. No, the navigator is another. Might let her introduce herself later. No, she says no. Oh, ahoy there, Granadins. Going on in a few days. Can't wait. Oh, you must be on the first voyage then. Well, that will be exciting. I'd imagine the cruise companies are going to make an all-out effort to make the first crew, the first sailing with passengers on board quite exciting. You're probably going to be in for a real treat. We'll have brass bands playing in the port and could potentially have fireworks and all sorts of exciting things. So. Ah, ahoy the Ellie May. You think maybe a few viewers coming over from the MSC Virtuosa Facebook group. Ah, I see. Oh, okay. I didn't know there was one. Well, that's great to know. You are from the MSC Virtuosa Facebook group. Welcome aboard. Unfortunately, we're going to be a little disappointed because you will go behind some land later. Get a good view from this camera, but it's slightly obscured when ships have to go around Bramble Bank. Someone making some speed up Southampton water there. Jolly nice day to be on a boat. Ahoy there, Terence Stamp. You enjoy the radio? Yes, I enjoy the radio as well. I've only turned it off because it gets in the way of my conversation. But I might turn it back on again when she's back on behind Bramble Bank. Oh, ahoy there, Paul Dobson. Well, actually, I'm just in the process of enabling the radio permanently on some of the other cameras. I would have it on now, but it does. I can't tell when it's going to come on, and so it's very, very interrupting. But I'll put it back on again, and I will leave it on when I can. It's involved a long conversation with Ofcom and other people, but generally I think it's okay, and I'm getting into any legal shenanigans. You can see the MSC Virtuosa is going round the Bramble Bank at the moment. Carry on. Sailing west. Right in the middle of the Solent is a very large bank, which is hidden underwater most of the time. But during low tide it is visible. And during the low tides in August time of the year, when it's really light early in the morning, a couple of the yacht clubs from Cowes get together and play cricket in the middle of the Solent. I quite enjoy that. Oh, there is a drone video of that on my channel. I'll probably do it again if I have another cricket match this year. Well, ahoy there, Pookie Cats. Oh, ahoy there, AMC Dookie Fresh. You're on Hailing Island and saw a huge warship going towards Southampton. It probably went towards Portsmouth rather than Southampton, but yes, you get a good view from Hailing Island. Oh, ahoy there, Ellie, mate. You've heard it's fully crewed. 3 staff per passenger. Yeah, okay, that'll be good. Good if it's fully crewed. Plenty of jobs. Stephen Mellish, 10th of July, you'll be sailing on a... Oh, there's a lot of you got cruises organised for MSC Virtuosa. I suppose there could be some problems going on a maiden voyage of a cruise ship. There could be the odd technical problem here and there and things not finished. But, you know, you never know. Being on a brand new, fresh and exciting ship would also probably pays off. I was talking to the captain of the Iona. He was telling me how they're out in the North Sea at the moment doing trials. Have a crew on board. They also have a team of builders on board finishing works. The Iona's due into port Sunday morning, this Sunday, the 16th. About 6:15. She'll be going past Cowshot Spit, where I'm going to experiment with a live streaming drone from a boat and see if we can live stream Iona all the way up Southampton water from the drone all the way into port. I'm anticipating many a hiccup on the way. Right, so not only is the MSC Virtuosa going to disappear behind land, she's also going to disappear behind Britannia. She'll be gone for about, say, about 20 minutes. And we'll see her again in the same place, facing the other way, slightly closer. Then follow her all the way into port. And then at some point I shall hand over to the navigator to drive the cameras. I shall go out and do a bit of droning. Will the drone batteries last that long? No, they won't, Brendan. They last about 22 minutes. It takes about 45 minutes to get from Cowshot all the way into port by ship. So I've got 3 batteries, so I should be able to land on the speedboat, change battery and take off again. It doesn't sound like there's any problems with this plan at all, does there? Ahoy there, Dean Willis. Which berth is she going to? I believe she's going to 1002, I think. Drifted off our screens. See, we have terminal here. Not only have we got Britannia, we also have super yacht Zen on the left. Then is a fantastic brand new super yacht. I'm not quite sure who it's owned by. There's been a few rumours. Shipmates on deck there. She's going to be in port for quite a while. I'm guessing because she's brand new. they'll be fitting her out with occasional. Wait for a little while while a Iona goes behind Britannia and comes back up. Super Yacht Zen. She'll be going into the far end of Water South, near the container terminal, swinging round. And that'll probably give a good chance for all those people that are watching down at the Mayflower Park. Which seems to me to be the MSC crew. I can see a camera being set up at the far end. It's a big event, this, shipmates. That could be local television. I feel like local television myself sometimes. The New Horizon Terminal, that's right, it's been given a name at last. Yeah, it was a competition to name the cruise terminal. You probably heard the radio earlier about the Auto Pride. There she is, just yes, it's all go down in Mayflower Park. If you were going to do a bit of ship spotting, Mayflower Park is a very good place to be. And I know on MSC Virtuosa's maiden voyage, you'll be leaving from the berth that's just to the right of the screen here. We can't quite see it. Pretty sure when she leaves it'll be quite a fanfare. Not sure what time that'll be yet.
Yes, Ferrari, let's just finish with trials. Active 44.
It could be during the... Could be during the day, or it could be at night time. If it's night time, it's likely to be fireworks. During the day, probably just going to be some water salutes. Ahoy there, Alan Cooper. Yes, first voyage with cruise passengers on board is on May the 20th. So we're just waiting for the MSC Virtuosa to come round the corner from behind Britannia. Bit of a gap, I'm afraid. Don't have any camera coverage that way, but I'm hoping to expand the camera network. One berth for Virtuosa. Yeah, so she'll be just to our right. Fortunately, I can't get to the berth. But she'll be just to the right here. In fact, when she comes in, you'll see she'll go all the way up where the Yang Ming container ship is and turn around and come back again. You get a nice view of her coming and going. Be on the screen for quite a while. Looks like a TV interview, says Victor Tilson. I think you're probably right. Probably local television, I would imagine. Or it could be something for MSC's own media. It is a big thing having a maiden voyage, maiden arrival in the port. It's not the first time, obviously, but don't normally get more than 1 or 2 a year maiden voyages from ships. Because of the pandemic last year, had a bit of a delay in maiden voyages, so we've got quite a few maiden voyages to take on this season. It'll be quite exciting. We've got the Iona coming in shortly. Like I say, I've been to the captain of the Iona. He's assured me that we can get some extra footage on board and a few other special things, so that'll be quite exciting. Who owns the MSC Virtuosa? I see someone say that would be MSC Cruises. They are the owner. Mediterranean Shipping Company. Victor Tilson says apparently MSC have installed kettles in all the cabins so the British can brew a cuppa. Very kind of them. I believe that would be a very sensible thing to do. can actually see now there's a container ship that went out earlier. So the container ship, very distant. She's gone around Bramblebank, and the ship is now off out to sea. The MSC Virtuosa is doing the opposite, so she's the other way. Shortly. Oh, ahoy there, Thomas Hughes Lewis. Leaves at 7 p.m, I believe. Well, that's good information, shipmate. Well, if in that case, 7 p.m, water salutes, I think, will be the name of the day, and probably not fireworks, which is a shame, because when they have the firework displays in port for the maiden voyages cruise ships, they are actually quite impressive. In fact, they're almost bigger than the November the 5th fireworks we have. Checking the map, the Virtuosa is just turning, so probably another 10 or 15 minutes or so before we'll see her come back in from behind the Britannia. Probably somewhere in the region of about 45 minutes before she's at dockhead. So if you need to go and get yourself some lunch, come back in about half an hour, 40 minutes time, you'll probably catch the best bits. Not that I'm suggesting you leave, in case you're doing something else. Or pop it on your TV, I suppose. You've got one of those fancy smart TVs, you can have it on. Not a particularly big crowd. And there's the container ship. Just going round the other side of Bramblebank. Looking nice out there this morning, this afternoon rather. Got clear skies and patches of sun. I was just saying the crowds.
The Auto Pride, good afternoon.
Auto Pride, Sea Line. Yeah, you're bound in for 104. I'm going to bring my gear up and I'll just back into 103 berth pocket, give you free access.
That's lovely, thank you. No need to go so far though. We're up for 105 links, so we're going to overshoot you there.
And then, well, I'll watch planes and make sure you have plenty of sea rooms, no problem.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we should be fine with you over by the wall somewhere. Thank you.
Well, ahoy there tomorrow. You can't come up and see Iona arrive. Oh, that's it.
Yes, Red Volta. The Royal Bear, one long way there before we finish the
Red Falcon Beach, that's all received, thanks.
Well, if you can't come into port to see the Iona arrive Saturday morning, like I say, I'm going to be live streaming with the drone from Cowshot Spit, and that's Cowshot Spit's the area you can see just over here. I'll just zoom in on a bit. So when the cruise ship comes round to this Cowshot Spit here, camera, focus, there we go. So when the Iona comes around this, just going to mute the radio again, it's too much conversation. Yes, when the Iona comes around this point here, I'm going to follow with the drone up Southampton water. So if you subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit the notification bell. Then when I start my live stream, when Iona is coming past, you'll be able to see. Won't have to get out of bed early in the morning and come down to port. I was saying there's quite a crowd in Mayflower Park. There's a few people down there. Not as many as there were for the Disney Magic that we had the other day. I couldn't believe it. It's the first time I've been down to Mayflower Park at 6 in the morning just to discover a crowd of 20 or 30 people waiting for a cruise ship to arrive. And then when she left at 9 o'clock in the evening, there must have been a good couple of hundred people down there. I believe they're all waiting for the cruise ship to play its song on its horns. The Disney line of cruise ships play tunes on their horns, but because there were no passengers on board, they don't actually played anything. Check the map and see where Virtuosa is. Turned to starboard, and she's coming up, so probably another minutes or so while she goes around Bramblebank. Oh, ahoy there, Alpha Lover. Will I ever put a camera around the corner where they park? I'm trying to expand the camera network, but I need to find locations, and sometimes people are reluctant to have a camera on their property. So it is tricky. I'm game, but I need to find.
We're Castrol VTS, so see, thank you. No outbound traffic.
I need to find the right location, and I need permission, obviously, to put the camera there, and it needs internet and so on. So it's a little bit tricky. So I am trying to expand. And of course, during lockdown, it hasn't helped either. I can't just go out and knock on people's doors. But now we're lockdown's eased, I am making inroads. Steph P's eating breakfast and watching at the same time. Sounds like a perfect way to be multitasking, shipmate. Oh, News Girl 100 was lucky enough to be overnight guest on Azura for the Darcy Bustle christening. We'll hope for fireworks. Well, can hope for fireworks. Never actually found a reliable source for finding out if there is or isn't fireworks. Perhaps I will now. Perhaps I'm more in the know. Perhaps one of you well-informed shipmates can tell me. Tomorrow, good win. 9 months till I'm on board. Iona. Not too long. Where are you off on Iona then? 9 months' time. Will that be around the UK trip, or will that be to foreign climes by then? Quick, do you want someone like a quick glimpse of P&O Britannia? Let's have a quick zoom in, zoom out, rather, I should say. That is P&O Britannia. She is in the ocean terminal. This is the one favoured by the Queen Mary 2 as well. Queen Mary 2 tends to park in nose forward, whereas Britannia tends to park in nose out. Or if there's any particularly good explanation as to why. But should you be departing Port Southampton on the Britannia, or any cruise ship that's in the ocean terminal, you'll have to give us a wave and let us know where you are, because I've got an excellent view with this camera here. Clear line.
Sea Line Auto Pride, thanks very much indeed for that.
Yes, we have a clear line of sight here of whatever's docked. And if you're up on your balcony waving away, we shall probably find you. Although it could be tricky, so want me to zoom in on you? Probably give me some sort of cabin number or roughly where you are on which level. I'll have a deck plan and I'll try and work it out whereabouts you might be on the ship. As you can see, by the time I've zoomed in, it's quite difficult to manoeuvre around. Of course, unless you're on the top of the ship or something near the funnel, that would help. Yep, something like that. Some information where you might be. We'll try and zoom in. Has been suggested I get some Solent ship's towels for people to wave, which will make identifying you easier. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Oh, tomorrow, good. It's off to the Canary Islands for 14 days. And Gina Bunny, get me on board. I need a gin. Get me on board. I need a rum. Just check the map again. I think the Virtuosa, she has turned further to starboard and is coming round the West Bramble Buoy. Looks like also that there is the local SP Spitfire, which is the role, is also escorting in. Good. There's no troublemakers in the way. Can't see any great deal of pleasure traffic out there. Sometimes there, when we get a maiden arrival, you get a lot of pleasure traffic coming up the river, but see anything. Yeah, I would say a few more minutes. Well, in fact, than I anticipated. Yes. I've not had crews come up long, and I'm still not 100% sure of where the locations are, and because it sees for such a distance, quite difficult sometimes to work it out. But as you can see, she's even closer now, coming to the side of Cowshot Spit. And Cowshot Spit, also, if you're interested in doing a bit of ship spotting, I could recommend Cowshot Spit. That's an excellent location. A bit of beach down there. There's a castle you can look. RNLI lifeboat is also there. And you get a great view of the Solent, the Hamble River, over to the Isle of Wight. Because the mouth of Southampton water is quite narrow, you get a really good view of the ships. They are very close, as you can see here. So it's an ideal location for a bit of ship spotting of all sizes. You can see the commercial traffic, the tankers into Fawley. You'll get to see the ferries to and from Portsmouth. And you'll get to see all the pleasure boats. And at Cowshot, there's often a lot of kite surfers. The weather is good. The tall building you can see sticking up, looks a bit like an air traffic control building, is in fact a boat control building. That's where they have an observation deck for looking out for the traffic in the Southampton water area. The grey building MSC Virtuosa is just going behind now is in fact a big leisure centre. There's a velodrome and a rock climbing wall and all sorts in there. And of course there are based activities in Cowshot Activity Centre. Looks to me like she's moving quite fast. Listed at a speed of 12 knots. That seems about appropriate. And what you can see now just in front of Virtuosa is a range of tankers that are in the Fawley oil refinery, filling up, dropping off, whatever they're there for. But that's a very, very busy little area of the ports with tanker traffic. At the, well, a few months ago now, we had the...
Yes, we'll fetch. We'll fetch, Reese. Nothing, so yeah, that's me leaving at the docks, heading to Fawley, 1 POB. We'll fetch, Reese, so we'll see, thanks.
I was just about to say, we had, a while ago, we had the Nave Andromeda in port. It was a tanker ship that was hijacked just off the coast of the Isle of Wight. That made news. I got a little drone video of her as well. She came, I can't remember where she came from. I think it might have been Liberia or somewhere in Africa. Anyway, there were stowaways on board, and they hijacked the ship at the last minute. But the SAS arrived by helicopter, stormed the ship, took control. Quite an exciting time for the Isle of Wight, that was. You can see now she's just rounding Cowshot Spit. I don't know if it's just the weather conditions or something, but I would say she's looking very bright and shiny, even from this distance. Maybe it is because she's new. Oh, ahoy there, 758 John, watching from St. Lucia. Wow. St. Lucia would be a lovely place to be. I bet it is sunny as well. Looks to me like you can see the harbour patrol boat just in front, but I can't see any other leisure craft following. No one on a speedboat with a drone. Time anyway. Oh, ahoy there, Darren Taggart. You miss cruising, love cruise around Spain. Okay, yeah, I think Spain would be a great place to cruise around. Weather would be just about right, I would think. Terence Stamp, I need the P&O ice buns. I'm not sure what the P&O ice buns are. Sultan Mush says, imagine having a webcam on top of the Fawley Power Station chimney. What a view that would be. It certainly would be a great view on top of the Fawley Power Station chimney. It would also be a great view when it's blown up and destroyed, but never. It's going to, at some point, and I think it might be this year, they are going to blow it up. They do, of course. We will be here, live streaming away. We'll be trying to get the drone out for that one as well. You can just see a smaller ship coming towards us behind the car park there. Red Kestrel, which is a freight-only ferry to the Isle of Wight. I had a shipmate on the chat the other day. He worked for the dock and he was transporting cars, and I can't remember the exact figures, but it was something like 600 Minis were loaded onto one of the Ro-Ro ships and 300 Bentleys. Good to know that we're exporting something from this country. Oh, ahoy there, Andrew Monument. Oh, and Bingo Betty has joined us. Ahoy there, shipmate. William Maps, I reckon the NCI Tower for the camera. Where's the NCI Tower then, shipmate? I'm not familiar with the NCI Tower. I mean, there are lots of locations, but it's trying to secure permission. If you have particularly good eyesight, in the centre of the screen now, you might just be able to see the White Link ferry going from Portsmouth to Fishbourne. It's very faint, though, because of the haze. Annoyingly, ABP, the Associated British Ports, have parked a crane right where we need it. But I have another potential camera location which might avoid that. I'm trying not to saturate the port of Southampton with cameras. I'm trying to spread them out a bit further. NCI Tower, I don't know what that is. Sottenmush, you'll miss the chimney. I agree. Oh, Matthew Maynard, looking forward to seeing this. I'll be watching Iona from Mayflower on Sunday. 5:30 start from Worthing. Excellent, shipmate. Don't forget while you're in Mayflower. And also probably watch on YouTube me droning Iona coming up. Oh, thanks Darren Taggart, shipmate, for that donation. All donations greatly received will go to purchase of new equipment. Extra cameras. Exciting things I need to supply you all with pictures from the Solent and beyond. A location that I have looked at, if you can look on the skyline in the very distance, is Ryde Parish Church. There's actually a webcam on top of there, which is an excellent location. Someone already has one there. I've emailed the chap and asked him if he'd like to get on board and cooperate, but I haven't heard anything back. Bit of a shame. Keith Hall, can't wait to be on board on the 24th. I'm sure you can't. That'll be certainly be the trip. Taking one of the first cruises. Arthur Lover, will the crane always be there? No, it does move. It does move around. Sometimes it's in a completely different part of port, but other times it just moves around in that part of the dock. And Daniel said, yes, it is a hybrid ferry, although I'm sceptical as to the hybrid nature of the ferry. It strikes me really as a bit of false environmental advertising, not actually a sensible solution. But I'm just prejudging. I shouldn't cast aspersions before I know what it's all actually about. Tristan and Justin can't wait to be on Virtuosa on Thursday. Excellent. I bet you can't. I mean, I can't imagine having anything more exciting than being on a maiden voyage. Oh, you mean the Cowshot Tower, Willie Maps? Yes, I'm going to approach them as well. It's I can't have too many cameras because they are quite expensive, and so I did pick my location as well. Well, the Cowshot Tower would be a good location. I'm not sure it's going to provide me with much more coverage than some other locations I'm looking at could provide me with a greater coverage. Oh, I'm just boring you with the cameras. Oh, a camera, one of the thoughts. Daniel saying, oh, that'd be great. Little tricky doing a service call if the camera needs a lens clean or something goes wrong with it. Daniel Sand's talking about a number of forts. There are a number of old forts. I can't remember the age. They're sort of Nelson-era forts in the ports between Portsmouth and the Isle of Wight. They're fortifications. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. Maybe more. One of them is a hotel. One of them is a private port. So they are quite interesting buildings. Oh, ahoy there, Gary, man. Many thanks for that. Many thanks for your kind donation of £5. That'll get out of the way towards another camera. Ed Ferrell, you'll be on board for the maiden voyage on the 20th. Yeah, there's quite a lot of you going to be on the maiden voyage. I mean, I suppose, as the capacity is 6,334, there's plenty of space for you all. Will it be a full ship, I wonder? Are they allowing full capacity when they resume the cruising? Because I think you all have to be tested, if that's right. If you're all got to be tested, then perhaps it doesn't matter on the numbers. Not sure, actually. Question I've just asked myself. Ahoy there, Mark Girls. Please say ahoy to Mark, Angela, Helen, Frank, Elliot, and Darcy sailing on the 17th of July. Gosh, got a big crew there. What are you sailing on the 17th of July? Usually quite a sunny day. We're getting quite a lot of heat haze. The MSC Virtuosa will be coming up Southampton water now. She'll probably take about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Then she'll arrive here in past the dockhead, and you can see we've got a row edge of the bow of Britannia, and also, I don't know if you can quite work out, there is actually a tall ship here as well at the moment, the Tenacious. Anyway, when she gets to about this point in the port, I imagine the tugs will come out and give her a water salute, so that'll be worth waiting for if you need to go and pop off and use the head or a little trip to the galley. I recommend you go now. Come back before the action really starts. Well, many thanks for that, JK. Support is really appreciated. Excellent. So I just see 1,000. So you're selling it's only 1,000 passengers on board. Okay, right, interesting. In that case, then there's 1,000 passengers on board. There's quite a lot of you watching it arrive, watching the MSC Virtuosa arrive. That's reassuring. Alan Muck Railcam has some cameras. Yeah, they do. They do have some cameras. They've quite a lot. I don't really want to interfere with what Railcam does. Actually, with the cruise cam, we can see trains. We can see the train on the Hythe here, and we can also see the trains coming into port. I've got a bit of train action here as well myself. Yes, maybe I should collaborate with some of the other channels. A 1,000 passengers. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I wonder how many crew will be on board. The full complement of crew is 1,700. I can't imagine that all the crew will be on board, or perhaps they will. Ollie Wombat, nice day for sailing? Yes, I totally agree. It's ideal for day for sailing. Nice bit of light. A good breeze, but nothing sets your gin and tonic while you're out on the water. Something to help motivate your boat along. Moon Mother says, I believe the figure is 1,000 passengers or 20% of the capacity of initial, whichever higher. Okay, right. That would really be an experience going on a maiden voyage of a 6,300 passenger ship with only 1,000 on board. It'll be very quiet. Guessing there'll be no queue at the buffet. Victor Tilson says only one of the few allowing non-vaccinated passengers. But I'm guessing you have to test. You'll have to test though before you come on board, would you? check in on the park. Yeah, the MSC tent is there for the staff. Looks like they're having a... Oh, looks like they've put a table away. It looks like there's some table out earlier with nibbles, but that seems to have gone. Got a cameraman down there, lots of activity. Offer my services of aerial photography later when I'm there. Full crew. Ah, thank you, Tristan. Full crew, just reduced passenger capacity. I think that's going to be the most luxurious cruise you're ever going to take. A brand new cruise ship, full complement of crew, and only 1,000 passengers. I think it'll be a wonderful experience. I explained, I did see a comment from someone earlier about 1.3 crew to passenger ratio, and I didn't quite understand it, but I didn't realise it was limited to 1,000 passengers. Well, I'm now very jealous of shipmates travelling on maiden voyage of the MSC Virtuosa. Oh, Ellie May. I think it was Ellie May who mentions the proportion of crew. Excellent. So that's the passengers, non-vaccinated passengers, have to be tested 70 times. Okay, so that seems pretty sensible. Vaccinated passengers, limited number of passengers. Oh, ahoy, Andrew Monument. Thank you for your donation. Much appreciated as usual. You seem to be well informed, Ellie May. Are you in the business, or are you just a keen traveller? Oh, ahoy, Paul Bonnet. Quite a few YouTubers are going to be on the 20th of May sailing. Emma Cruises and Cruises with Ben and David. Ah, there'll probably be more YouTubers on the MSC Virtuosa Maiden voyage than there will be genuine passengers. Yeah, YouTuber's paradise. I won't be on board. I haven't quite decided on how to cover the departure. I'm debating, obviously I will be live streaming. Not sure whether just live stream with the cameras or to use the drone, or to actually be in the park at the same time and use the drone. Whether or not I might be out on the boat, give you a view from the water. It's complicated. Oh, I see, Ellie, mate. Yes, I get your. I know you mentioned 1.3. I didn't quite twig what you were saying, but yes, I understand now. Oh, Ellie May, you're just a cruise lover. Well, I must say you are very well informed. See now, the MSC Virtuosa has just taken a slight turn, coming up Southampton water. El Zanassi has been... MSC have been sailing in the Med since the 16th, with Virtuosa's sister Grandiosa, COVID-free. Joshua Gruttix, Iona's on her way to Rotterdam. Yes, I was talking to the captain of the Iona last night. He was telling me how it's a very new ship, obviously. They're still working out a few little things, and they've got people on board sorting things out, but everything was looking good. They were doing some slow-speed sea trials somewhere in the North Sea. But he's going to come into the port of Southampton on Sunday, and he's going to give me a toot on his horn. I thought it was generous of him. Ah, ahoy there, Common. Many thanks for your donation. Donations be reinvested in more cameras, more technology. Yes, Steffi, yes, you're absolutely right. Conditions for the departure will make a big difference. In fact, it's probably easier if it's raining. I won't be droning, so that makes life a lot easier. Raining conditions are good. With more technological mountains to climb. Sure how far. Oh, quite some distance away. The MSC Virtuosa cost apparently somewhere an estimated 800 million euros. And as someone pointed out, she is the sister ship to the MSC Grandiosa. Unfortunately, her delivery was all messed up because of the COVID pandemic. Maiden voyage didn't go ahead as planned. 181,000 gross tons. Certainly pretty large. For instance, the Queen Elizabeth that left the other evening, she almost 100,000 tons lighter. Top speeds 22.3 knots. MSC Virtuosa won't be doing that at the moment. She'll be doing a check. Doing 6.8 knots. Actually quite slow. They normally come up Southampton water a little bit quicker. More in the sort of 10 to 12 knots. Just familiarisation with a new ship. In fact, I've just realised that this is the first time I have done a live stream of a ship arriving. Normally I live stream the ships leaving. Oh, ahoy there, Mark Jensen. Many thanks for your kind contribution. And Robbo. Thank you as well, shipmate. Mary Murphy. Do they know who's going to be the captain yet? I don't know. I've not heard anything. Are you talking captain of the MSC Virtuosa or the Iron? Now, the pesky crane is in the way again. But we have, luckily, the MSC Virtuosa. It's such a large ship, I think we'll miss a great deal. There's a number of pleasure craft at the dockhead. Or Virtuosa when she comes in. Not a great deal of traffic out there. Haven't seen any pictures of the interior. Virtuosa. I'm guessing as soon as the YouTubers get on board, we'll be treated to lots of pictures. Melissa Kate, we've just booked an August Virtuosa and Iona. Gosh, you're packing in the new ships. In fact, actually, that'll be a really interesting comparison for you, won't it, to travel on Iona and MSC Virtuosa. See which one's the better ship. I don't know myself what differences would be. Not familiar with the SC cruise ships. I imagine they're fairly similar in their target market. Someone correct me. Oh, ahoy there, Matt King. Afternoon, most generous of you shipmates. As we see now, as the MSC Virtuosa is getting closer, the picture is getting clearer. can see a pleasure boat following her up in front, a little powerboat. Let's have a look. Hoping I can find Osprey. Hoping I might be able to see some tugs ready on. Come out and give the salute. Who I've seen any yet. All pretty busy back in the port there. Yeah, it looks like they're all geared up down in Mayflower Park. I can see the cameraman there, all set up. Oh, I imagine, like I say, I imagine the water salute is going to happen somewhere. It normally happens somewhere pretty much. Well, actually, I'll tell you where it happens. It normally happens anywhere from somewhere in the middle of this shot here, and it'll carry on to somewhere about here in Mayflower Park. Hopefully, we'll get good coverage of that. I will have to be handing over to the navigator, and she'll be driving the cameras, while I'll be out doing a spot of droning because the conditions look perfect, and I've not had a chance or opportunity yet to drone a maiden arrival. Oh, ahoy there, Paul Higley. Oh, many thanks for your donation. I do see we've had a lot of generous shipmates on board this afternoon. I had to arrange a long meeting at work to make sure that I would be uninterrupted. I'll make up for it this evening. Now the MSC Virtuosa is getting ever so close. We'll just at any moment now. She'll come from behind the multi-storey car park, so they use to store all of those cars that come and go. The Port of Southampton is a major exporter of vehicles. Like I say, we had a chap in the chat yesterday. Said he'd taken on board 300 Bentleys and 600 Minis. An idea of the volume of cars that are exported. It's one of the Red Funnel ferries. Its way to Cowes. I mean, I don't know if this is a true reflection, but it does look a little bit smoky out of the chimneys, doesn't she? Is that normal? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I can't say I've noticed a smoky one before. Maybe it just needs to run in. Maybe there's a big sign on the back saying running in the next 5,000 nautical miles. To have picked up quite a lovely hue of green to the water this afternoon. It looks to me like there's a pleasure boat there waiting to get a real close-up and personal view. Yeah, it looks like she's turning. The little pleasure boat, I mean, just the bottom right corner of the screen for a bit of a intercept and up close. Unfortunately, we are going to have our view blocked. Britannia. Beautiful ship that she is. She is going to block our view for just a few minutes. Then be able to see the MSC Virtuosa when she gets out the others. Gives you some idea of scale there. That little pleasure boat's probably in the region of a 40, 45, 48 foot pleasure boat. Really dwarfed. Virtuosa. Ah, bingo Betty. Switzer Hearty waiting for her. Ah, excellent. I thought there might be a bit of tug action somewhere. And just going to go behind Britannia. See the tugs on the... Yep, I see Switzer Hearty there. It's looking promising for a water salute, shipmates. Is looking tidy. What do you expect from a new ship? Ellie May. Oh, you've got an aft suite on Britannia. Ah, you are a cruise ship expert, aren't you? Well, when you're on Britannia on your aft suite, probably somewhere here on the right hand side of the screen, you know what you have to do, don't you? Just give us a wave. Oh, Linda Ashford says that ships are so ugly these days, like floating skyscrapers, no class or elegance. I do agree, they are like floating skyscrapers. I think they've got a certain elegance or something to them. Quite partial to a container ship itself. Unfortunately, we've lost MSC Virtuosa behind the Britannia. She will return in a few minutes. This will give me an opportunity to go out droning, so I'm going to sign off now, but the coverage will continue. The navigator will take control of the camera, but unfortunately the navigator is not confident on giving a commentary. So don't rest assured, shipmates, she'll be looking at the chat and driving the cameras, and I shall be off for a quick drone. Could be exciting. Right. Don't forget to subscribe, shipmates, and because you don't want to miss the Iona live stream Monday morning and the live stream of Virtuosa leaving with passengers on board. So until next time, shipmates, stay tuned. I'm not going anywhere, but I cannot continue with the commentary. Ahoy, shipmates! I'm back. Whew. Out of breath and walk across the park quite quickly. Well, that was good. I hope the navigator supplied you with some good footage there. I had a good drone. It was very windy out there, very windy indeed. Lots of warnings from the drone about a lot of wind. I had a bit of a close encounter with some birds as well, rather alarming. The drone was complaining about the winds again, but anyway, nevertheless, the lighting was good, although it was a bit windy. Got some good footage. I shall edit that together for a video shortly. I'm just trying to see if I can actually show you a bit of drone footage. I might be taking my powers to the limit. F22. I'm just getting some footage from the drone. I will go for actually a live stream from the drone, but it requires a little bit of incorporation of some technologies, which I haven't quite got up to speed. But anyway, here's some footage from slightly early. As you can see, the conditions are excellent. Really are very good. And the water salute was perfect. Oh, I see. JK Navigator did a wonderful job. There you go, Navigator. You did a good job. She's giving me thumbs up. I thought it might be a good time now to watch a bit of the drone footage before, while the MSC Virtuosa was turning around at the end before she comes back this way. I say it turned out really nice, didn't it? That's water's looking great. I was originally, on some of the earlier footage I started flying, I was a little bit low, and I realised there was a cloud of water coming my way, so I had to make sure I was plenty high enough not to get caught in the water sprays. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I took some photographs as well, and some various other drone footage, and I'll be making a video up which will probably be available shortly, I would say. Probably, hopefully today, this afternoon, evening. If you do enjoy my videos, do think about subscribing, because you'll be notified of what's happening, and if I've got a live stream coming up. Just had a message actually from the captain of the Iona, who's coming in Sunday morning. He tells me that there will be a colourful water salute for his arrival as well. So do make sure you subscribe to get the notifications on that. I'm looking to actually live stream the drone from a boat for the arrival of Iona. Now, it could be good or it could be terrible, but we'll have to wait and see. As is typical with the cruise ships, the Iona is turning at the swing end without the bug assistance. Sorry, the MSC Virtuosa. I've got Iona on the brain. Certainly looked a very clean ship, as you'd expect, being new. I did notice there's a big screen. You can just see it now as a big screen up on the top deck. And again, they've made the classic error with their large screen on the ship. They are not showing the student ship's live stream. Hope this will be corrected. Need to email the onboard entertainment manager. Suggest they change their program. see if I can add a little more drone footage in. Turning. I've noticed they've laid out all of the deck chairs and such like. All looks passenger ready, so you can see that screen on the top there. Not showing the Solar Eclipse live stream. Error by the management there, I feel. Looks like all sorts of water entertainments on top there. Water slides, swimming pools, lots of sun lounging areas. A very flat stern on this ship. I think there's a lot of water features. I think there's a big pool here in front of the screen up the top as well. I'm sure once we've had a few of the YouTubers on board giving some reviews, we'll find out more about what's on board. So the MSC Virtuosa at the moment is at the far end of the port and winging around. We'll be coming back down and just to dock just at the end of Mayflower Park and just out of our view, unfortunately. Oh, I haven't been looking at the chat. Mike Boak says that's pretty good. That's amazing drone footage. Thanks, shipmate. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, it was actually, considering how windy it was, it turned out well. Paul Barnett subscribed. Many thanks, shipmate. SS Steph, can't wait to see the full video. Yep, I will hope to get that out later today. Back, so I've been, I rushed in quickly. I feel like some sort of journalist. Raymond Diggerson, excellent captain. Thank you, Naomi McKinley. Wow, amazing job. Oh, thank you all. Footage does indeed look good. That was a good weather window. A lot of birds flying around there. It was rather annoying. And Jan W, wow, looks amazing. Yep, I think it does look pretty good. I've not droned a ship with a water salute before, and it looks like I'm going to be doing quite a few in the next couple of weeks. Like buses, isn't it? They wait for ages and they all come along at the same time. Sulanakri 2002. Those gulls are big enough to eat a drone. They certainly are. Actually, it's the seagulls aren't so much of a problem. They're fairly good, the seagulls. It's the oyster catchers that seem to have a suicidal tendency of just wanting to fly straight into your drone. I'm confused as to why the oyster catchers behave this way. And it's not just me. I've had one oyster catcher take a drone out and another oyster catcher very nearly take me out. And I've looked on YouTube for other people having bird strike crashes, and the oyster catcher features heavily in the collision statistics of drones and birds. If they have a particular problem with drones, oyster catchers. Seagulls, on the other hand, they're reasonably reliable. They often swoop by and have a look. They're sort of curious, but they're not interested in taking you out of the sky. Well, that's my experience. I can see the MSC Virtuosa's almost finished her turn here, and we're heading towards us. Unfortunately, I can't see. It looks like the water salute's still going on. Can't see much beyond the edge of the building here, so we won't have much of a view. And also, where she is at the moment is a long way from Mayflower Park, beyond the distance that I'm allowed to drone according to the CAA. Can't drone that far down. When I'm on the boat, however, it's differently. I can be a little bit more mobile. You have to abide by restrictions. Port. Carol, I can't wait for Iona commentary. Well, yep, I'm looking forward to Iona. That'll be Sunday morning. And I am attempting to live stream from my boat all the way into port. So it could be quite spectacular, or it could be awful. But you might have to bear with me, that one. But it'll be good anyway. Oh, ahoy there, Tina Betts. only in Southampton for one night, leaving on Monday at 11 a.m. Gosh, not long, is it? Thank you, Tina Betts. I've been communicating with Jack. Been very helpful, very accommodating. Forward to having a bit more time with Jack, Captain Jack, when he's in port for longer and a bit more time available. If you were in your ship spotting, and being at the end of Mayflower Park would be an ideal place to be at the moment. Can't see much beyond the building here. Yes, you'd have a great view of MSC Virtuosa coming in, and of the water spray. I'll tell you what, once she's gone behind the wall here, I'll just play my couple of clips of drone footage, and then she'll leave you all be. But the next maiden arrival is the Iona on Sunday morning, and I am going to be live streaming from my drone from Cowshot Spit all the way the port of Southampton. I don't know how that will go, but tune in and find out. So that's Sunday morning, somewhere in a region of probably about 6 in the morning. Appreciate that's early, and of course if you don't catch the live stream, you'll be able to watch it afterwards. Tina Betts is a busy man. I bet he's a supremely busy man. I can't imagine how busy he'll be on a brand new cruise ship. Got to be a very busy job. That's pretty much all we're going to see, unfortunately. I could show you a little bit more from earlier. Yeah, it really was good. Look how close those seagulls are. Oh. Very close indeed. The water was certainly carrying some distance from the tug doing the water salute. I felt it necessary to gain a bit of height and keep clear of the water salute. Also, I was getting away out of the way of the birds. I think they were just seagulls, but they might have been oyster catchers. Not something I particularly want to see. Certainly looking ship shape and neat and tidy. Arthur Lovell, 1 a.m. You could probably do that, shipmate. You can get up at 1 in the morning. I've got to get up at 4 in the morning. I think we had some good conditions in port. Well, McCarthy, do you know if someone will have the cameras while I drone 9? That's a good question, actually. I will ask the navigator, but she'll probably decline due to the hour of the morning. So I will just have to leave the cameras as they are. Fortunately, can't operate the drone and operate the cameras at the same time. It's beyond my ability. A bit more of a view now. As MSC Virtuosa is just still coming down the port, but getting closer to us, so a little bit more visible with the water salute in progress. In fact, I probably should have droned it from here because I could have got close enough. The wind would have been taking the water spray the other way. I think Kevin too is optimistic with regards to the navigator being at the controls Sunday morning. Stephen Jute, yeah, you tell me the Ion is scheduled for 11 a.m. arrival. I do know otherwise because I spoke to the captain, informed me of the time he would be passing Cowshot Spit. So yes. Oh, Tina's telling me that Captain Jack's text me. haven't. I had to have my phone off while I'm driving. Oh gosh, yes. Okay. Interesting information. Oh yes, yeah. Oh yes, he has told me the time has been updated. Oh well, that's more helpful then. Oh, that's a lot more likely then that the navigator will be at the controls in that case. So yes, it looks like we will be good. I will reply immediately to the captain. MSC Virtuosa. Yes, so in that case, you don't have to get up quite so early, shipmates, on Sunday morning. We will be live streaming a little bit later than planned, and possibly on 2 live streams. One live stream for the drone and one live stream before the cameras in port. The navigator is nodding her head. He said she will be operating the cameras. Iona is due to arrive at 11 Sunday morning. Yeah. Okay, the navigator is just checking her schedule to make sure. Ryan Lamb, what time Sunday, please? I probably guess we'll probably start the live stream about 10, one would imagine. From about 10 o'clock, we should be able to see Iona come past Cowshot Spit. Yes, I'll be droning, so we'll have a few ways to appreciate the Iona arriving. And of course, I suppose the advantage of that is if I have the navigator on the cameras, if the drone live stream drops out, you can always go back to the camera. I will try and be doing commentary while I'm in a boat droning the Iona. Not sure how well this will all go, but worth a try. You probably see now that the MSC Virtuosa is pretty much getting to her final destination now. She'll just be going back to the quayside. Thank you, Tina. There we go. It's been very useful having these connections. It looks like the MSC people have taken their gazebo away. Probably too windy. It was quite windy when I was droning. And we'll probably be seeing a lot more of these water sprays in the future. Yeah, we've got quite a few maiden voyages coming up. A few ships in port. You tend to get the water salutes not only for passenger ships, we tend to get them for the container ships as well. Always worth, if you're worth subscribing, anything like this that does happen, an unusual event or a maiden voyage, we'll be live streaming it, so you'll get a notification if you subscribe. As you see, it's conditions have actually got a bit cloudy because earlier on it really was very sunny. Yeah, the MSC Virtuosa now will more or less at a final destination and then the docking. I think she's only in port for a day. And I believe she's off for a little bit and then back into port for her maiden passenger voyage on May the 20th. don't forget to subscribe to that, shipmates, because I shall be certainly live streaming a maiden voyage with passengers. And if you are a passenger on board, which there are quite a few of you here, give us a wave and let me know where you are on the ship, and I'll see if I can zoom in. Well, Sam Williams says, I'll have to promote the Navigator. Oh, we'll see how the Navigator does. Paul Saunders, what happens when the tug runs out of water? Well, luckily there's a never-ending supply of water. There we go. Yes, there's a never-ending supply of water. Happens to be sitting on a lot of it. Ahoy there, Emma Harrison, perfect business partner. When is Virtuosa leaving, Matt D? I think she's leaving this evening. I'm sure someone will say in the chat if I've got it wrong. May the 20th is a maiden voyage, but I'm pretty sure she's going out again before then. Pretty sure she's not in port for all of that. No, I can't find any information on it. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you heard the hooters. There were quite a bit of hooting out there. Yeah, Kevin too. Yeah, equally can't find it. I remember that originally she was going to be leaving, I think today or tomorrow, and then coming back in again. Well, thank you, Tina. Thank you indeed. Yep, that's some great information there from Captain Jack. I'll send him some messages shortly. Apparently it's due to weather conditions, but that actually suits me better and probably suits everyone else better, because I'm not sure you'd all be up at 6 in the morning watching a live stream, although you are a very dedicated crew. Perhaps you would be. But it suits me better to be, and it definitely suits the Navigator better to be up the 11 o'clock broadcast. Indeed, now the MSC Virtuosa is moving or port side. The tug is still giving us a water salute. Feeling it's I think the tug drivers like doing it. And you can just about see a few people on the bridge. Probably some of the officers, maybe the pilot. And I think that's probably going to draw an end to this broadcast, shipmates. Like I say, and probably the next exciting one. I'll probably do another one before anyway, but certainly the next exciting maiden arrival is P&O Iona, Sunday, May the 20th, with an updated arrival time of 11 in the morning. If you'd like to keep updated, just subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, then you'll find out when all the live streams are coming. And there'll be a video of the MSC Virtuosa coming out later today, or potentially tomorrow morning, depending on how I get on with it. Almost in dock, and unfortunately this camera location we can't see beyond the building. Old tug is still going with the water salute. That wind was in the wrong direction. We'd be getting wet in Mayflower Park. Oh, she's more or less there. I'm signing off. I shall leave it on for a bit, but I'm signing off now. So, until next time, shipmates.